Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the On the Rocks podcast by EliteDrinks.com. Today, I'm really excited to have the guest that I have with me today, whether it's her promising acting career, her YouTube channel, or just her online social media presence overall. I'm just really happy to have her, and I think she's got some gems that we can all learn from. Welcome, Destiny. Welcome to the podcast. Yeah. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing. So I kind of just want to go straight into the growth of Destol, who you are, and sort of whether you've always had this like super charismatic personality and like how it's shined over the years, basically.
I feel like I've always been quite bubbly and outgoing. I think it's more so like my upbringing, my family, especially my mum. And I feel like, ever since like primary school, like I was just the loud one, like, and I've just
so it's been something that's been common.
Oh, for sure.
And you feel like your family's had a role in it, you said?
Oh, for sure, because like we're from St. Lucia.
Okay.
And I just feel like our country, like the people from our country, like how we're just vibes, man. We're just vibes. That's the best way to say it.
I feel the whole Caribbean's like that.
Yeah, oh, for sure, for sure. We're just
anyone
vibes.
I know from the Caribbean,
they're just a good vibe. Yeah, man. And like, I don't know, I've just always been quite confident in like, not in like a cocky way, but just in a, like, I know who I am. Like, I'm okay being funny, being loud. Like, even if I embarrass myself, as long as I'm having a good time, then...
Like, you've got that foundation.
Exactly.
That's there, and it's like, no one can knock that.
Exactly.
And I guess that comes from like years of having that strong family foundation where they encourage you to be who you are rather than you're always questioning it. Because I feel like a lot of people have that growing up where they might have doubts of themselves and it might come from upbringing and stuff. But that's really nice to hear.
Thank you.
Let's get straight into your YouTube. Your YouTube is amazing. I've watched loads of your videos.
Oh,
I've seen you feature on some things that we'll talk about later on in the podcast. But what made you start your YouTube channel? Because I know you had it. I don't know if people assume that you only created YouTube after your features, but yeah.
I've had YouTube since I was in year 12.
Okay, amazing.
Which was a long time ago. And like the main reason I started it was because I just like the idea of vlogging. Like vlogging was my vibe, you know. And I just like to, like, say if I'm going somewhere, I'm going abroad or I'm traveling, like having a documented representation of what I did that day or that time period. I just think it's so cool because obviously we can have pictures and stuff, but a picture like has 1,000. What's that saying? A picture holds 1,000
memories.
Something, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
But we don't live in pictures, though.
No, exactly.
You kind of live in videos.
Exactly. So a video is so much better because you can actually, I just feel like it's better. So I wanted to, and I feel like that's around the time that vlogging became like a thing. So I was like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and I'm going to vlog and it's going to be great. So I started off a YouTube channel. I remember the first one I did was like, it's so cringe. Like,
well, it always starts cringe though.
I know, but
you look back at.
Exactly, but I can't, like, that video is definitely archived. Like, no one's seen that video. So I just started. I was like, hey guys, welcome to my channel. And basically, my full name's Destiny Delore. So then I came up with
really
Destol.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Delore. That's like made for stardom. Like,
listen, everybody tells me that. Like,
yeah, come on.
I can't lie. I do like my name.
It's a really nice name.
My mum did her thing there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I like the fact that it's like DD, so it's like Destiny Delore. Every
time
I
say it, it sounds like a designer name. Like,
I think I might have to start something. Hey, get your Destiny Delore bag.
No, seriously, you could run with that. I would buy that. I'm wearing my Delore.
You'd be my it kind of sounds like.
So you started it here. So when you go and do that, I'm gonna be like,
okay.
She was on my show.
Send you the
I'm on the PR
package. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, go on.
So so I started it and was vlogging. I even did like I remember one of my videos, like the first ones were like a sixth form vlog, and for some reason that did really well. I think like obviously people from other countries wanted to see what it was like going to sixth form in London, and then I went off to uni, so I was like a uni vlogger, YouTuber, and that did really well as well because obviously each time, like whatever you do in YouTube, you've got to have like your target audience,
of course. Yeah.
So like around that time it was obviously the university, people that were probably going to university as well, because I did like things like moving into university. I did like first week of uni, freshers week, that sort of stuff. So I did all that kind of stuff. So but now my YouTube, like, it's taken a bit of a turn because obviously I'm not in uni anymore. I've graduated. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. We got graduation babes.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. But so now it's just a lot different. So I feel like I've got more freedom with what I do. So yeah,
I like that. But I have noticed that you haven't posted in a while, and that's why I was like, I'm gonna wait to see her. I'm not gonna ask her over text. I'm not gonna ask her over the phone.
Ask me live.
I'm asking live, so you can't run away from it. Why have you not posted? Why have you not posted? Where are the videos? Okay. And the worst thing is, I've seen your comments. I've researched you. I've seen your comments. I know that the demand is there.
The demand is there.
It is there, and you know you're just not meeting those deadlines at the moment. So. Tell me what's happening. Why have you not posted?
Alright,
or
so-
when are you gonna post?
So basically, yeah,
I feel like you're on ropes.
yeah, no, you really caught me off guard, bro.
No,
when we're off camera, we're gonna scrap. No,
You know what? Go on.
So basically, I just feel like, okay, so for the like last 3/4 months, yeah, I've just had like, I don't know what it is, but I'm just like a bit like what's the words? No inspiration.
Okay.
I've just been like, even when I try to film something, like I'll start like my day like vlogging, saying like, hey guys, da da da, but I never like finish it. And I don't know, I just feel like my inspiration has been very like dry. Like I'm going through like a dry spot.
It's like a content block. Almost.
Yeah.
Like,
that's it.
Yeah.
I'm having a content block, and it's the thing where I feel like I don't just want to post content for posting
for the sake of
content's sake.
posting content.
Do you know what I mean? Because then it's just like, cool, I might have got out a video, but it's not good content. So there's no point
something
in it.
that not something that you're happy with completely, because it's not come from like an organic perspective.
Exactly.
I think
What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I think these days a lot of the time there's a lot of pressure to keep up with staying relevant
100%.
and a lot of pressure with posting consistent content. But I 100% agree on the side of do it when it feels right, even though there is an audience there waiting, but you're not going anywhere, and you can think bigger later on when it feels right.
I think that obviously it's a tricky one, because the demand is there, but sooner or later they're gonna be like, bun her, bro. Like, I'm unsubscribing.
No. Do you know what? I think like there's always gonna be people that unfollow. Like with me on Instagram, for example, I noticed that the periods that I don't post, I lose followers, and when I do post, it grows. So I regain them, it grows. So there's always going to be that element of people that I feel like will unsubscribe in that and be like, where is, or bun her or whatever. But like the majority of the people that follow you for you, like and following your journey. So if that means that your journey resumes in 6 months, then so be it.
So be it.
Do you know what I mean? And at least you're staying true to yourself. Do you know what I mean?
But I think that if I'm being completely like transparent, I feel like it's also laziness and procrastination, because realistically, like if I wanted to, I could think, okay, cool, like I say to myself, I'm gonna have like a research day where I kind of look on YouTube, see what's popping, see what I want to maybe recreate, do it in my own way. But do I do those days? No. But I'm just chilling on Netflix. You know what I mean? Like I'm just
I get it.
Realistically, like I need to be more hard on myself, because there was a time when I was posting a video a week, and that was when I was like in it. But it's kind of like the best way I could describe it is like, you know, if you go to the gym like constantly, when you're first trying to go to the gym, it's like a chore, and then it becomes like second nature. Lifestyle. Exactly, lifestyle. But then if you say, for instance, during lockdown, we know like gyms were closed, trying to go back into the gym now would be so hard.
Definitely.
So it's kind of like, well, when I was doing YouTube consistently and I was posting a week, it was like my lifestyle. I was thinking, cool, what video am I doing next week? What am I filming? When am I editing? Da 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 da. It was like back to back. But now that I haven't posted in 3 months, it's like,
where do I go? Where do I start?
What do I do?
But I feel like it's really nice to hear the accountability and the transparency. I feel like a lot of the time, even myself, it's really easy to jump ship and be like, excuse, and like everything's working against me and I just need a break. But it's good to have that balance of, okay, I know that I could be doing more, but like also touching as to why I'm not doing more. And the first step is acknowledgement. So if you can sit here and openly say to the people watching, like, you know, I have just been having a moment of procrastination, as well as like maybe a bit of a content block, is something that you know is part of the phases of like, it will phase out and then you'll go back into it once you apply some pressure. Well, you better apply some pressure, because I'm waiting, because right now it's all subtle, but eventually it's going to get harsher and harsher. So I guess the beauty of it is though that a lot of the time now people are trying to create content and jump on this, you know, even we're sitting here creating content, but you know that there's an audience waiting for your content. So that's a nice
nice
feeling.
To know. It's not like I'm starting from scratch.
Exactly. And something that you worked on for a long time shows for itself, the credentials are there. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? I kind of want to transition into your acting career. I recently saw the KFC commercial that you did that I thought was so cool.
Thank you.
But I kind of just want to know a bit more about your acting, like what the dream is and sort of where you are now with it.
So I've loved like acting, drama since I was like in primary school, and it's quite cool because I did it in GCSE and then I did it at A levels and then I did it at uni. So it's like followed me throughout my childhood into my teenage years into my adult life now. And I don't know, I just, because I'm such a bubbly, like I feel like I myself, I'm a character.
Definitely.
So I love like becoming another character. I just think it's so fun. Like I remember during school, like when it would be like drama class, I'd just be like, next period I've got drama. Like you know, it's gonna be a fun time. But yeah, so after I graduated, I wanted to like find an agent, because obviously when you've got an agent, like they find you jobs and then like that's how you kind of kickstart your career,
Okay,
basically.
amazing.
But I didn't have a showreel. A showreel is basically like, it's like a portfolio in video form of the things that you've been in, like you acting, basically. So I didn't have that.
So
right?
is it like stuff because I've seen some people do show reels, or maybe it's not a show reel, but like they have them acting in different forms. So like it's just like, I guess, like content just to show people them in different like characters, exactly. But it's not of them in videos. Is this like a mix of both? Is it
no, this is them in like a film or like a short film or something. Okay. It'd be like that. So I didn't have that because I just come out of uni, didn't have that. So I was emailing loads of different agencies because I really wanted to like be under an agent, because that's when like that's when the ball starts rolling, basically. I was emailing, I was like, but the thing is, I don't like generic emails in it, so I was trying to like tailor my emails to each person that exactly. Seeing, and no one got back to me apart from one person. But the thing is, when I emailed, because I didn't have a showreel, I'd like sent them a link to my YouTube. Okay. So
that's quite smart though, because at least it's like
get a feel for me,
for your personality, for what you can do for the audience you can engage. Sort of thing. Yeah.
So my current agent, I say current like I've had many, but my agent now, which is the only agent I've had, they got back to me and they were like, oh, like, we love your content on YouTube, can you send us a monologue? So I was like, bet, like I'm gonna send you a monologue. How
is it like learning scripts and stuff? Like, how do you find that? Because I'm not great.
Oh really? Yeah. Okay. I don't think it's that bad. Like the way I do it is just keep on saying it. Like I think once you have the lines, that's when you can focus on the acting. Do you know what I mean? Because if you don't know the lines, then it's like the acting's not gonna
fall into place,
because you're like trying to think of the lines. So once you have the lines like to a T, that's when you can start adding flavor, adding a pause, adding a this, adding a that. But yeah, so they were like, send me a monologue. I was like, cool. Sent them on a monologue, and they were like, oh, we'd love you to come in. And I was like, ooh,
that's so exciting.
Went in, and then they were like, yeah, we'd love to sign you. And obviously there's, I don't know if you know the platform called Spotlight.
I do actually.
So so I wasn't like, when you're on Spotlight, you know that you're like, okay, this is like
really now. Wow, that's amazing. You need like
credits to be on Spotlight, but obviously I didn't have any credits. So I went signed with them, got on Spotlight, but then just as I signed with them, that's when COVID hit. Okay. So it's like I had a few auditions just before COVID hit, but then COVID hit. But then fast forward to 2021, like I've been doing so many different things, and like it's actually amazing because
really
I love the idea of work not feeling like work. And when I go to my different shoots and stuff like that, like even like the KFC one, like it was just a vibe. Yeah.
To be honest, whenever I see you on social media, I'm like, this girl literally looks like she's living her best life, but like in a purposeful way. It's not like, not that I don't think like going out and enjoying yourself is purposeful. I think the more you enjoy, the better, really, in life. Nobody wants to work incredibly hard for nothing. But when I see you, like for example, when I saw the KFC commercial, I see you at different shoots every day. Like it's just like she's grinding for something bigger, but also like you're enjoying it and you're documenting it, and people get to see the process. So I think really what I want to ask is, what was the process like going from like not being signed to being signed and now into the space? Because I feel like things like you said about tailoring emails, people don't really think these things through when they're emailing and they're looking for work. So what was the process like? Did you have any barriers apart from COVID? Has there been anything that slowed you down, and how did you work through them?
Has there been anything that slowed me down? I don't think so. Like my agents are really good at like finding me work, and it's just about sending a really good like audition tape, because there's less of going like in for auditions. Like normally it's just called it's like we just do self tapes now. In terms of barriers, I don't feel like there's much barriers apart from, because when you're taping for something, like you don't know what the casting director's looking for. But I feel like the one barrier, I found one, which is actually quite a big one. The one like difficult thing is like having to hear no. Like I remember I must have auditioned for this big thing. Obviously can't say NDAs and that, you know.
Yeah, no,
we get it. Big thing, and I got to the second process, got to the third process, met with the like people, the producer, the director, blah blah blah, and then I didn't get it. And like I feel like when you get so far, it's like I was so close. Like I could almost that's what I was gonna say. I could almost taste it, and it's like I sometimes struggle with like picking myself back up, but like in this industry, with like anything like modeling or acting or even like a dancer, like you have to be able to take a no and keep pushing.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I do struggle with that. So I'd say that's the main thing, like having to hear a no. Well, not even hearing the no, because hearing the no is the easy part, but still dealing, still going for it and not letting it put you down. That's the bit that I would say
it's almost like it's a hard one, because I feel it's like taking bullets but having to get back up almost. And especially when you made it to where you think is the finish line,
right?
And you build, like, you thinking you're building a good relationship with the people around you, think, okay, have I made a good impression? But I think the good thing about it is I don't think it is a thing where you made a bad impression. It's just like something that's not meant for you isn't meant for you, and something bigger out there will be for
and
you.
That's how I'm trying to look at it. Like, whatever's for you will come eventually. And my agent said that even me getting so far is a good
so quickly as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you have to give yourself props
of what could what is coming, basically. So yeah, I just had to kind of wipe my tears and keep it moving. We move.
You know what? It's all like, life is full of ups and downs, and I think it's part of the process. I think you have to experience the lows to appreciate the highs, and I think that it's really easy said than done to even give advice on things. Because if I'm giving advice, I'm always like, forget it. Rejection don't mean anything. It means rejection is redirection. All of these bars, I'll drop them. But I think that when it's you and it's personal, it feels like your life's over in that moment. Do it anymore. And it's like, I'm giving up. But you forget how many people look at you when you walk into a room and you light it up. You forget the excitement that you bring to people's screens, and you particularly, because you have content that proves that. Do you know what I mean? So you can always look at those things and think, people love me for this. How can I not continue?
Exactly.
But this brings me to a perfect part. It's the advice part of the podcast. And one of the reasons that I started the podcast is I wanted people to be able to look at people that they look up to and ask them like how they did what they did, and just get direct information and be able to then go and replicate it themselves. So one of the first questions that I got that I need you to answer even is, what advice do you have for newcomers to the industry? So that's acting and YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? With giving advice, I feel like sometimes I'm good at giving advice, but because I don't feel like I'm where I want to be, I don't feel like, obviously I can give advice, but I don't feel like I'm like some guru and like I know.
I think that's a humble way of looking at it. I think you're being really humble. I think because your expectations as to who you are, you've probably only achieved like 1% of what you want to, and only you see your vision, right? But you also have to appreciate, and I say this before I make you give the advice, that where you are right now, one, you weren't there a couple of years ago, and two, a lot of people would love to be in that position. That where you are now could be someone's end goal, you know? True. That might be all they can see themselves doing. Like, that's the barrier, that's the ceiling that they want to reach. So with that in mind, how does one go from being completely new, like to a scene, a completely new actor? So how you were saying you were feeling as soon as you went into acting, or a completely new YouTuber, they just want to make content. What should they think about?
I'd definitely give two separate bits of advice for different avenues. In terms of the like acting, before I like got signed and stuff, I was part of loads of like online agencies where you just have like a profile, you put loads of pictures, and then like you apply for different jobs. A lot of it can be like extra work, or it could be like, a lot of it is like extra work, but it's still like gives you an insight into what it's like to be on set and stuff like that. So there's different websites like Talent Talks, or We Got Pop, or even Universal Extras, or such, like those kind of stuff. Like, it's good to like get your name on there, because you can even see if you even want to go into acting, because when you do those little gigs, you can think, okay, I like this, or okay, this ain't for me.
Get a taste of it.
Exactly. So I'd say do that. Get some good headshots as well. Headshots are like key. Like, my first headshots was so terrible. But
it's the process, isn't it?
It's the process. Yeah.
It's like looking back at old Facebook pictures.
Well, exactly. And the thing is, at the time, you must have thought that it was 10 out of 10.
Oh my God,
now,
I thought I was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look back and I think, it could go, right now I feel good. But back then I was like, I had to be her to be me now.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a process. In terms of YouTube, I would say to, this is going to sound like such a, what's the word when you're
cliche?
Hypocrite.
Hypocritical.
Well, be consistent, innit?
At least you know, though. At least it's not like you're talking about it like you haven't acknowledged that you haven't been.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, be consistent, and I think don't get like bogged down about the views or the subscribers, because they will come. Do you know what I mean? Like, in due time, like, it will come. And also, the same way I said, like, I wanted to sit down and have research days, like, go on YouTube, like, give yourself, say, okay, be like, oh, on Wednesday, I'm going to have a look on YouTube, see what's trending, see what I might want to do, see what I might not want to do. And like, I find before I do a video, if I write down the start, the middle and the end, it just like makes the video go so much smoother, because once you turn that camera on, like, it can go, it's not as easy as just turning the camera on. unless you've done it a couple of times. So when you're starting up, like maybe plan it, like see what do you want to achieve in this video, as like weird as that sounds, but yeah,
I like it. I feel like it's about structuring it the way you're putting it, about planning, about so do you think that the importance of planning is a big thing with YouTube?
Yeah, and I also think it's editing, because right now, like in the generation we live in, people like fast content, if that makes sense, like
short attention spans.
Look at TikTok, like it's a 1 minute video, done, next one. Do you know
Even
what I mean?
like they've extended it to like 3 minutes on some, and
you don't.
I'm so glad you can now like.
Oh, you can like. Oh,
they've
okay.
They've introduced it even because they know no one's gonna watch 3 minutes. It's just not happening.
Obviously, YouTube is a different platform. Some people love to have a sit down vlog.
But
I'd say the way you edit it, like have like a little zoom in, add a gif, add a meme. Do you know what I mean? That's how you keep it.
Like
It depends on your target audience, innit? But my target audience are like the younger generation, like 16 to 25, innit? So I would make it as entertaining as possible and relatable, because people like relatable things. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's I
like that. And
advice.
What do you think of like the use of social media? Should people like be posting their stuff on socials? Should they use all types of social media? Did that catapult you, like using Instagram, Facebook, anything like that?
I think all your social media platforms are like, should all be like intertwined in some way. Like if someone goes to your Twitter, they should know what you do. Like it should all represent, like it's kind of like your branding, it's what represents you. So I make sure that in all my social media platforms, first of all, it's all the same name. Like any platform you type in Destol, you go fam me. You go fam me.
As they should. Should, yeah.
And I always have like a little bio being like YouTuber, da da da. So it's like, you know what I'm about. Do you know what I mean? No one should go to your Twitter and not know anything about what you do,
or it be completely off-brand in comparison to your Instagram or your TikTok.
All kind of mirror each other, but obviously use the different platforms to your advantage, I would say, as well.
I love that. I think I kind of want to summarize on what is in store for you in the future. Is there anything you can tell us, and also what can we expect from you in the next year or two?
Do you know what? I feel like 2021 already has been quite a like surprising year, like. And I feel like I'm quite excited. Like, I don't know about you, but sometimes I go through periods of time when I'm like, I don't really know what's going to happen. But then sometimes I go through like, I'm excited for what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So right now I'm like excited for what's going to happen. I feel like I'm where I should be. Do you know what I mean? But I just need to be more consistent, whether that's my YouTube channel or my acting. Like, I just want to less procrastination, more hard work, and just get stuff done,
like reaping the benefits of
of
your hard work.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think overall I think you're amazing. I think what you do is entertaining. You stand out, and I feel like you're a great personality. You're a good energy to be around, and I really am excited for your future. I'm excited to see what you do. I definitely want you back on the podcast in the future. So I know you're gonna come back in a couple of seasons, and we're gonna see what you've been doing. If you haven't posted up until then, I'm gonna see you outside before you come into the building. But yeah, before we go, I have a little something for you as a thank you.
What you got?
Some bottles of Destol.
Oh, girl, stop, girl.
So that's for you to enjoy.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
A little bit of a cheers.
Oh, girl, we
finish.
got this. Ooh.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
On the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.